Hi there, welcome to my channel Hindu Bhakta. Today, let us look at as to why does Goddess Saraswati sit on a lotus. Now, I'm referring to my blog in Rama Bhakta, which I've mentioned in the description. The link is in the description. You can always go through the blog. So I'm going to briefly give you overview as to why Goddess Saraswati sits on a lotus. Now, Goddess Saraswati is considered to be one of the most important goddesses in Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism. She is the goddess of education, knowledge, beauty, the arts, the music, and among other things. She is Lord Brahma's wife, and she is the mother of their children. Goddess Saraswati, along with Goddess Durga, Parvati, and Goddess Lakshmi, comprises the trinity of the goddesses, or Tridevi. They are collectively referred to as Tridevi, the three major goddesses. Because she is the goddess of education, Goddess Saraswati may be worshipped in the form of books, pens, pencils, among other things. I personally worship them in the form of books, notebooks, pens, pencils, and other writing implements. But you may also worship her as an idol or via photographs. May Goddess Saraswati shower blessings on all virtuous people. All of the Hindu deities are represented as seated or standing on lotuses in their respective temples. The lotus flower is the eastern emblem of the mind, which opens out to receive the radiance of the sun as it blooms. The deities are born from and dwell in the mind, which is universal and all-encompassing, which is indicative of psychological and psychic principles, and is the source of all creation. It is said that the lotus emerges from and continues to exist in murky waters, but it is never contaminated by them. In the same way, that enlightened individual's life within the world, but it is never contaminated by the negativity that surrounds us. In Hinduism, Saraswati is the personification of skill, knowledge, which is of course formed by the mind. As a result, she is shown standing or sitting on a lotus, which is considered the ultimate sign of purity, beauty, and perfection. Goddess Saraswati is one of the feminine trinity, also known as Tridevis, which consists of Goddess Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. They are the consorts of the trinity of Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Brahma, and they are the daughters of Lord Shiva. All three goddesses played crucial parts in the process of creation, maintenance, and the destruction of the universe, as well as in their own individual lives. On the lotus flower, Mahasaraswati is represented as eight-armed and seated on a lotus leaf. She is standing there with a bell, a trident, a conch, a pestle, a discus, and a bow and arrow in her hands. All of this implies that Mahasaraswati was more than just a goddess of knowledge and the arts, as she is often assumed to be. Goddess Saraswati, the Vedic river Saraswati in her metaphysical form, is said to have dissipated the abysmal darkness of ignorance by channeling her riverbed of awareness and knowledge across the cosmos. The goddess Saraswati, accompanied by her veena, arrived at a magnificent garden which was inhabited by the Gandharvas at that time. It was there that she began playing her veena and produced wonderful sounds of ragas and raginis, which continued until the whole garden was filled with the sound of exquisite rendering of the music. The Gandharvas were enticed to the garden by the wonderful music that was played there. They pleaded with the goddess Saraswati to instruct them in the art of heavenly music. She consented to instruct them, however, on the condition that they return the urn of Somaras. The Gandharvas were attracted by the goddess's radiant beauty and lovely music she created, that they accepted to her request. As a result, Saraswati was successful in recovering the urn of elixir from the Gandharvas' possession. The Gandharvas progressed in their knowledge of music and arts at the point that they were able to perform in the court of heaven in front of the gods and goddesses. When Saraswati appears in art, she is generally represented as a lovely woman dressed gracefully in pure white clothing. She is sitting on a lotus flower, which is white. Her skin is as white as moon. She has a flawless complexion. Her breasts are adorned with a necklace composed of white pearl beads. Among the items she holds In her hands are the books of the Vedas, the crystal mala, beads, a jug of water, and the musical instrument known as the veena. The Vedic wisdom is represented by the books, the Vedas, which symbolizes universal and genuine knowledge. The power of meditation, introspection, and spirituality is represented by the crystal mala. The pot of water, which represents both creativity and purifying power of water. The veena represents excellence in the sciences of art and music, as well as culture. The goddess Saraswati is completely covered in white. The white color represents purity, pure understanding, and heavenly wisdom, among other things. The water on which her lotus seat has been placed represents the ever-present flow of wisdom. Saraswati is carried by the swan, which means the swan carrier, the Hamsa. The bird displays an extraordinary ability to distinguish between what is genuine and what is not real. It is shown when a swan can only consume milk and refuses to consume any other liquid. As a result, the swan represents the ability to distinguish between what is good and what is evil. The peacock is positioned on Saraswati's right hand side, while the swan is positioned on the left hand side. It represents a state of balance between the intellect and the feeling. Saraswati, like many other important gods and goddesses, has a Ashtotra Satanam, which means the seat of knowledge, 108 names. In Bengali, the goddess is recognized by several names, including Saraswati, Sharada, Veenapani, Bhagdevi, and Pani, among others. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope I elaborated an in-depth discourse on the goddess Saraswati. So if you like my video, give it a like, and kindly do subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends to spread the knowledge of the Vedas. So until my next video, it's see you and bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you very much.